There are many cities in America that really tell the story of the African American experience. There's Washington, D.C., there's Atlanta, Mobile, Alabama, many others to name a few. But the one city that really sticks out in my mind as the hub of Black America, is controversial, is Philadelphia. The reason that Philadelphia, in my honest opinion, is the Black conscious headquarters besides like 125th and Harlem and places like that, is because number one, you got Richard Allen. He started the AME Church in Philadelphia. Your boy Dr. Umar Johnson is from Philadelphia. And a lot of Black Muslims are from Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a Black city. It has always been with a strong pro-Black conscious thought process in the town. And it's even been so strong that people, even in the criminal world, don't go to Philadelphia. Bloods and Crips made it to New York, but if they were to try to go to Philly, gunshots! Can't get over there. Even people know better than to go to Philadelphia playing that stuff. But there's a new group challenging Black Philadelphia, and it's not who you think. I know you would have never thought about it, but guess who's pulling up to Philadelphia? Black Philadelphia. South Philly. Oh yeah. Mexicans. What are Mexicans doing in Philadelphia? But they are there. At first, I just couldn't believe it. There are too many places in the country that Mexicans can be in. There's Texas is huge, Arizona is huge, California is huge. I mean, Black Philadelphia, why would they want to go there? But then I saw this footage.
Mexicans, man. Look at shit, man. This is in Philadelphia, man. One of the blackest cities in America. This is what your Democrats is doing, man. I'm talking about they getting their numbers up heavy. All in South Philly, man. I'm talking about heavy numbers, bro. And this is what your Democrats is voting for. So what I'm asking is, in the next Mexican. Yeah. And the next 5 years, where do you think the community is going to be? Look. They own a lot of the stores, and they've been real quiet because for a while. But as the numbers get up, they start to get their numbers up. They're starting to be more vocal. I'm trying to tell you. And like I said, you always had like certain Latino groups, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, but these Mexicans, I'm talking about, they come over here with money. That's the whole thing. They don't come over here just poor, living on the street. No, they come over here with that car money, man. They opening up shops. They sell, man. They doing everything, man. They not coming in here, bro. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Now, these probably are Mexican Americans. These are not migrants, okay? These are Mexican Americans that seem to be doing very well. They have businesses, they have cars, and they have communities. Now, that's going to be a little bit different from what you're going to see with this.
Tonight, 2 Venezuelan migrants are under arrest in Houston, charged with murdering 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungaray.
Please step away. My firstborn. I was a teen mom. She's who helped me grow, mature.
Immigration authorities say the suspects crossed the border illegally earlier this year and were released into the U.S. by the Border Patrol. Police say the men strangled Jocelyn and dumped her body in a creek. Her mother is devastated.
Now, on the other hand, these are like Venezuelan migrants, people who are coming over, committing crimes, things like that. That's different. Even things like this.
New at 5, a pair of Venezuelan migrants has been charged with stealing almost $3,000 in merchandise from the Oak Brook Mall. Police arrested Luis Mendez Gomez and Frank Montes Davila. They were arrested yesterday and now charged with felony burglary and retail theft. Mendez Gomez was also cited for driving without a license. Police say the men went into Oak Brook Macy's with 2 bags and started filling them with items.
Again, petty crime, people coming in, taking resources, not delivering. But out of both of these things, the biggest threat is the first person. Because see, they may start off as the illegal migrant, but then after a few years, they become the second person, the business owner. Their kids get educated. Their kids own businesses. Their kids come into your communities, and those kids push you out. Just like a lot of blacks got pushed out of, Black Los Angeles, South Central, and all of that. Compton. When I lived in Compton in the 80s, it was a black city. You had Hispanics there, but now Compton is Mexico. It's not as many blacks as it used to be. A lot of blacks in Compton should be blamed for that too. But Compton is no longer the black stronghold it used to be. And the reality is that when these groups are coming in like this, they're letting you know, we're here to play the long game with you guys. And it could be an underworld game for some of them, but it also can be a financial game for some of them. And then it all comes back to the opportunities that we miss as African Americans. You see, guys, we have to understand that we must be opportunity creators. I was watching a talk about this just on TEDx the other day.
Opportunity makers are actively seeking situations with people unlike them, and they're building relationships. And because they do that, they have trusted relationships where they can bring the right team in and recruit them to solve a problem better and faster and seize more opportunities. They're not affronted by differences. They're fascinated by it.
And see, guys, that whole clip is very powerful. I'll link it in the description in TEDx. When you're an opportunity creator, you will fill the gaps for people in your community to come in and help develop it. That's what happens when you invest in your people. But you see, that's something that we don't really do. Even when we do get good jobs, we do get good businesses, we don't even donate to our own schools. How many HBCUs have closed because of lack of funding from the students that went there, or a lack of investing in talent in your communities? Shout out to Brother George Macon, who sent me that video of Street Media TV of the Hispanics in Philadelphia. He said it best. You can't really expect your communities to develop when you don't invest in the people of your community. What do you expect to have? If you don't teach people how to create businesses or how to look for the holes in your community, you're not going to get it. So you also don't see black businesses scouting HBCUs trying to bring in talent to come and work for them. You see white companies scouting for talent at HBCUs. And the reason why our talent doesn't come back to the community is just because we don't have a mechanism to find that talent, nor do we care. But when other groups come into your community and they have that talent, well, it's only going to be a certain amount of time that they're going to beat you. It's the same thing in East Africa with Indians. Indians are a very small part of the population, but they develop the talent in their community for the things that they do, and they reinvest into their people. So they have an outcome of what they expect to do. It's just like having a training program or basically like what you see for the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's look at Patrick Mahomes here, okay? He was drafted, I believe, in 2017 or 2018, one of those years, and he was considered to be a project quarterback, right? They're going to let him come in and sit for a year and then learn the system and then groom him to become a great quarterback, and that's exactly what happened. See the same thing in Green Bay with Jordan Love, right? Jordan Love was another guy that was a project quarterback in 2020, and he sat for a few years and developed, and now look at him now. He's an all-pro quarterback. But we don't have any project people that we mentor for business people to see what they're going to be, or a project person that might be an accountant, or a project person that might be a merchant or something like that in the black community. You don't have those things because we don't invest in those things. And so when you don't have those things and you don't invest in those things and you can't keep that sort of cycle going in your economy, other people are going to come in that want to do that. And these people who are going to come in are, first of all, might be illegal immigrants, but they're not going to be illegal for all it takes, right? They'll be on the side of the freeway. I remember Hispanics in LA in the 80s, they were selling fruit off the 105 or the 405 or off of, certain, freeways and things like that. And people laughed at them then, and then within 20 years now they are making at least the same or not more than African American men, and they come into the black community in Watts and Compton, and then those black owned businesses that died off, these guys come in and then they buy those businesses, and now they become all Hispanic because they got a plan for their people. When you don't plan for your people, you fail your community, and this is all it is. And to a certain degree, we don't have anybody to blame but ourselves. And now we're gonna lose one of the biggest pinnacles of Black America, which is Black Philadelphia, to become Mexico in the East Coast. And again, at what point do you wake up and understand that you get what you invest in? We don't invest into our community, so we don't get anything out of the community. And then we get mad when nothing comes out of it because you didn't put anything there. So until black people get that, you're gonna lose your other cities too eventually. Black New Orleans, Atlanta, you might not lose that right now. You're already gonna lose Black New York, Black Harlem. That'll be done soon. Oakland, stick a fork in it. That'll be done. Lamar Park, that'll be done. The whole rest of the South, Jackson, Mississippi, Detroit, those strongholds, because there's no jobs there, they'll be diverting. Dallas, you're gonna lose all of that. Until you decide to say, look, we wanna see X, Y, and Z's in our community, so we're gonna make a change. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, L. Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Fair Use. Subscribe, hit the bell. I'm out.